Welcome back to Certified Beef. The Super Bowl is upon us. Championship weekend has been wrapped up. We're going to get right into that, but we also got some big news. Brina Flores is suing the NFL over his time with the Dolphins, his interview with the Giants, and all sorts of other stuff. Then we got a new football team. Well, technically not, but the Washington football team has been rebranded into the Washington Commanders. We will get into that as well, and then we will go on to our recap about the championship games and get our thoughts on that as we head into the Super Bowl, actually the Pro Bowl, I guess, but more focus on the Super Bowl. And
we don't care about the Pro Bowl here.
Yeah, no one does. But yeah, we'll just get right into it. And you want me to start about Brina Flores, Brandon, or you want to get into it?
Do you got to explain the situation, or
I probably shouldn't. I probably don't know as much as you do.
All right, I didn't go too deep into this, but I know like the three major things is that one, during his time with the Dolphins as their head coach, the owner was giving him incentives to tank, that he would give him $100,000 for each loss in 2019, 2020. 2 years earlier, in 2019, he, coming off being the Patriots defensive coordinator, he had an interview with the Denver Broncos, and he said that John Elway and other Broncos higher-ups showed up late and appeared to be intoxicated, and just took the whole thing to be like a fake interview just to get the Rooney Rule. And then the most recent thing is when he did his interview with the Giants, Coach Bill Belichick kind of spilled the beans that they were going with Dabble instead of him before Flores had even interviewed. So, what you got, Jack?
I think it's a really crazy situation. It's something like we've never seen in the NFL. But one thing I said, like, I mean, he does have a case and stuff like all that, but I just feel like it's the NFL. Nothing will come out of this. And like, knowing that he was – wait, did he ever accept the incentives that the Dolphins gave him?
Probably not. I don't think so.
If I assume he didn't, but if he did, then I would –
then the case is over.
Then I would hope it's definitely over. Like, but I don't know. That's kind of crazy. But, I mean, maybe that's why there was rifts in the Dolphins organization, because he didn't want to tank. I mean, it worked out for the Dolphins. They still got what they wanted, but – it's just a crazy situation, but I just don't see anything really happening with this, because the NFL will just probably pay him off or something like that. Something. Probably nothing will probably happen out of this. Maybe they'll tweak the rules a little bit, but I really hope this doesn't affect Brina Flores that much as a coaching candidate. Maybe next year. Obviously, all the ones are pretty much filled up. But hopefully he gets a shot still at a coaching job. I don't know why this would really deplete his chances probably not in Denver or the Giants or the Dolphins anymore, but around the league, I still think he should get an opportunity, because I think he's still a really good coach, and he's probably better than some of the coaches that have been hired so far throughout the league. So, yeah, we'll see. But
I would agree with that there, yeah.
Do you think there was any maybe like an inkling like something like this is going to happen because he wasn't hired yet, or it's just because he didn't fit what other teams wanted?
I don't know. It's just an unfortunate thing that we're having to deal with this anyways in 2022. The fact that there is such thing as the Rooney Rule, like, that shouldn't need to be like put in place. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't know. It's kind of a weird concept, honestly. I honestly feel like if they were to just like get rid of that concept, it wouldn't be a problem. But like the fact that it is a rule just like creates more controversy and stuff.
I can see that, but I feel like, I don't know. I feel like it also is helping like minority people get hired to coaching positions in front office.
I do agree with that, but I just think it causes a little too much controversy than I think they wanted to. Is like the way wrong with it.
they need to revise it and enforce it. Like, I think even if Flores wins the case, I don't think there's going to be anything like done to any of these teams besides maybe like a couple $1 million like fine or whatever. Like,
Which
that's
honestly,
that's chump change for these teams. Like, it
yeah,
doesn't
exactly.
matter.
Yeah,
So
no, I agree.
yeah, it's unfortunate. I think Flores should be coaching somewhere, at least as a defensive coordinator.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't know why he wouldn't get one of those jobs.
And I
Hell, I'd
think,
take him as our defensive coordinator with the Vikings.
oh yeah, but honestly, I think if he's going to win, it's going to be because of Bill Belichick. Honestly, because the whole tech situation is not in the NFL's favor. Because I think, if I remember correctly, they said he texted Flores before, like, he had even interviewed that saying that they were going to hire Dabble. The Giants were going to hire Dable as their head coach. So I think Belichick might have screwed over the league there.
But would the league get punished in that way, or would it more basically be the Giants?
Well, I mean, he's suing the entire league, I'm pretty sure. Like the NFL.
Well, I thought he was suing the Giants as well. I thought that was
it's like the NFL, the Broncos, the Dolphins, and then the like Giants.
Yeah.
So, because I mean, the NFL is part of the government that runs the league. Like, they are the government. So when something like this comes up, they kind of got to be involved with it.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it'll be an interesting situation to look upon from a distance, see what goes on.
I don't think anything will really come out for maybe a little bit. It definitely won't. Something won't happen until after the Super Bowl. They're going to try to. The NFL will try to milk this out as far as possible away from the Super Bowl, so it's not a distraction.
Yeah, I think like I wouldn't be surprised if it came out like a week or two after the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but they'll wait. Nothing will happen until the Super Bowl.
It might even be a long time after that because you got like court dates and stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah, this is just going to probably be a long lasting thing that will probably lead to nothing.
Which, I mean, if they're proven guilty, would be unfortunate. If they're not, then it's, I don't know, still a bad light on the NFL.
For sure, for sure. Do you want to get into the Commanders, Brandon?
Yeah. So this week,
do you want to go on your little rant, or do you want?
I got this. All
right,
it'll be in sections, but this week we're starting up. This has been an idea that's been long in the making, but this is the first of hopefully a long line of segments on Certified Beef, and it's Brandon's Jersey rant. So that means like every week or so, I'll pick out a jersey or a set of jerseys, review them, and give my critiques on them because that's just what I do. And since the Washington Commanders just came out and messed up their jerseys and stuff so bad, I feel like we got to talk about them. So we'll start with that. Well, you want to start with the names or like the jerseys or logos?
Do whatever you want, Brandon.
All right. So I compiled a list of 5 names I think would have been better for the team than the Commanders. Commanders ain't terrible, but I feel like there is some higher up ones. Like, I feel like he could have been the Brigade. That's the one that I wanted out of the finalists. I
don't like that one.
It's a lot cooler than Commanders, though.
I don't think it rolls off the tongue.
Well, neither of these do. I feel like it'd be cool if you could have like an artillery cannon as your logo. That looks sick. And then we got the Wolves, Red Wolves or Wolves. Either would be cool with me. The Warriors, Washington Warriors, flows off the tongue very nicely. Except that might incite some controversy too, depending on what you do for your logo.
Again. Which one was that?
The Warriors.
Yeah, I don't think that would have gone over very well.
And then the last two, I feel like they've been pretty good. I'll save my favorite for last, but the Hogs or the Red Hogs, I've heard that fans really like that because like in the 80s, the fans called their offensive line like the Hogs or whatever. So I think like tie into the history there. He could have kept the colors and everything like that. Or my favorite, the Red Tails, because if any of you have seen the Navy Army jerseys, the Navy helmets from this past year, those would look awesome just every single game. A nice like F-16 just painted on the side there. And then I think it would also make lots of people happy because, I mean, that's the whole reason why we're in this mess is because people being unhappy at the racist stereotypes. So I think you give a little bit to people being oppressed and stuff like that. Like, I know that doesn't solve everything, but it's a step in the right direction, giving people credit where credit is due, and also make everybody happy or lots of people happy.
I feel like if they would have done something with like red, it still would have been, they would have found a way to make it controversial or something. So that's probably why they stayed away from it.
Yeah. I can see that. I wish though that if they chose like the red tails or whatever, they wouldn't have stuck with their colors. Like I know these are classic NFL colors, but if they're gonna be the red tails, I would expect like a slate gray and like blue and red.
See, like the only thing that really doesn't make sense for me is like I feel like their team name just doesn't really fit an NFL like type of team name.
No. It sounds like an XFL team.
Yeah, that's like the problem I'm having is that it doesn't feel like a classic NFL name. Like I don't know. That's the only problem I'm having with it. And I mean, the Red Hogs would have been nice, but that also just doesn't feel right either. But
like even the football team, that sounds like a classic, like a team from the classic era.
I was starting to like it a lot. Honestly,
yeah,
I was starting to like I wasn't even having a problem with that anymore. Like it was starting to like
it was just normal.
Yeah,
this will be normal after a couple of years, but like as for now, it's just
pain
in the ass.
I'm just like I'm trying to think of like something that maybe we could have tied to like the city or something. Like what could have made it so that it was like tied to like at least something of the city that would like make sense as an NFL name, because the Commanders just doesn't stick for me.
The Monuments.
Washington Monuments.
Yeah.
That's not an NFL name.
What is yeah, you probably need something more like fierce or whatever.
You need like a animal, you need a plus like the thing is if they went like with Red Hogs, they'd be the only team with like 2-syllable name or 2 words. Everyone else just is 1 word.
That's true.
They probably went through a whole process of it, and it probably sucked knowing or having to like figure this out. And the thing is that they're not going to please everyone, so they had to do what they had to do, and that's what they did. And they picked the Commanders, which I mean works for them, I guess.
It's just hilarious that we've gotten 2 new names this year, or 1 name last year, 1 name this year, with the Guardians, and that name sucks too.
That one makes sense though.
But like there are so much better names. Like the reason why they chose Guardians was for the statues on like the bridge or whatever.
Yeah, that's why I thought it wasn't bad.
But I mean, I feel like both of these teams have ran into like copyright issues and stuff like that too. Like trademarks.
I suppose that's probably one big thing too. Yeah, I don't know. Wait, was Admirals one of their like finalists?
I think so.
That one I liked a lot better than the Commanders.
That sounds kind of sick. But I also think of Admirals more of like a Navy term. I guess Maryland has a decent amount of naval stuff.
Yeah, I mean, and I was just thinking more of like the military and stuff, and like I mean, Commanders are too, but like Admirals just sounds way cooler. The Washington Admirals.
It does.
Like the fact that they're going to be called the Commies too as a nickname now is going to be
Are they
weird.
Seriously? I thought that was just a joke.
No, I definitely think they're going to be called the Commies.
Oh, they're going to need to change this name in like 5 years.
It sounds horrible. Like if you're talking commies, it sounds like communism. And that's the first thing I think of. It's just like
in the political center of the United States, where communism is definitely frowned upon.
Yeah, let's call them the Commanders, and then they will definitely get nicknamed the commies. I wish they'd get nicknamed the Nandos or something. That'd be kind of cool.
Nandos,
Yeah.
the
Or the
Naders.
Nanders, the Naders. I don't know. But they'll probably get called the commies, and that's gonna sound very weird.
Yeah, well,
I hope they all of a sudden, I mean, even if like let's say they do start getting called that, and then one of the NFL announcers like just says it, that's gonna be so weird, like over the TV. I wonder if they'll catch themselves to be like, that just doesn't sound right.
yeah, I should probably stop saying that.
Because what they should have done is they should have came up with a name and then like a full rebrand, because they didn't really do a full rebrand, I guess, because I mean
No.
technically they did, but like they didn't change up any of like the colors or anything. The jerseys are very similar. They just kind of went with a futuristic look. I guess we can get into the jerseys, but
We'll do
yeah.
the logos first.
All right, yeah.
So yeah, do you got the logos pulled up right now?
Oh, let me look at them. Wait, how many is there? 2?
3.
There's
I got
3.
I included like the text as a logo, where it says like
Wait,
Washington Commanders on it.
Oh, so you got the W, the patch thing, and then the Washington Commanders.
Yeah, we'll start with the Commanders since it's like the simplest, then we'll move to the patch and then the W.
Are you talking about the one that's on the jersey?
Yeah, I'm looking at this one that I'm looking at is black and white, but the one on the jersey looks a lot better than that one. But yeah, we'll start with the text one. This logo does look kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie. It reminds me, yeah. It reminds me a lot of the Bengals number font, where like you see how the C like kind of cuts off at an angle. It reminds me of like Joe Burrow's number 9.
Yeah. You know what it reminds me of? Avengers. I don't know why. I'm getting Avengers.
I can
getting Avengers vibes from it a little bit. I don't know why.
Kind of that futuristic, sharp look to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is probably middle for me out of the 3. The circle logo. I don't like that they put the years on it. It looks
weird.
Okay,
what do those stand for? Obviously, is that the championships they've won?
I think so.
I'm gonna look that up quick. 1 second.
Because it's 1937, 42, 83, 88, and 1992.
NFL championships 92, 88, 83. They've won 3 Super Bowls.
And then the other 2 came before the merger.
Yeah, well, that's way before even the NFL was even created.
Yeah. But yeah, that just looks weird. I said that they should have moved where it says Washington football, move the football down and then center both of them. I think that would look better.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Then you could read it top to bottom, so it'd be Washington Commanders football. Feel like that'd be a lot better. And the maroon one without like the outside circle looks a whole lot better than this black and white one that I'm looking at.
Oh yeah, so they did. So that's all their championships. That's honestly my favorite logo for sure.
Yeah, I like it.
Out of all of them, I like the circle one the best.
Definitely maroon though, not black and white.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that should be their midfield logo too.
This one, the one with the yellow and the burgundy is definitely the best one.
Oh yeah, that looks sick.
Yeah, that's their best one. They should just use that on everything.
They should.
I mean, I guess you can't really on the helmet. That would kind of look dumb. I don't know. They're kind of in a crosshairs. They got to figure it out.
Yeah, but yeah, the circle should be their midfield logo, no doubt about it.
Oh yeah, I agree. That would be awesome.
And then to the one that they're gonna use the most, the W logo, major L here.
It sucks. I agree. It's horrible.
They took their old W and just added 3 lines to it. That's all they did.
I think they just tried to make it more like futuristic look.
They try to make it look more like military font.
Yeah, and it didn't really. I don't think it really worked.
Yes or no? Does pointy edges equal commanding?
I don't know, but it sure seems like that's what they're going for.
Like the one I usually like it when like the darker color is outlined in the lighter color, and the maroon or the burgundy outlined in the gold looks awful.
Yeah, that logo is just not it.
Like you could have done something cool. Like all of the I guess besides the Nationals, all the DC teams have some cool logos, like cool like details in it. The Wizards got the Washington Monument, and the Capitals got the Capitol building inside the Eagle. You could replicate that right here, and you just went for a standard little point at the bottom.
Yeah, they easily could have just kept the logo that they had. Honestly,
yeah, it looked fine.
I liked the W that they had. It was subtle and it was nice.
And this leads me into my next bullet point. I feel like every team should have to have a detail logo, even just as an alternate. Like the Bears, like they used a simple C or whatever, but they got like the alternate of the full bear head. And that looks sick. Like Packers, they get passed because they're that old of a team, and they're I don't know. Like Vikings, that's their main logo is the most detailed logo. The Seahawks, even though it's not that detailed, it still looks pretty nice. So I feel like Washington kind of dropped the ball. Like it'd be sick to see some like military like resemblance in one of these logos, but there was none. And yeah, you couldn't draw any inspiration from Washington, D.C., which has so many things to go off of. Oh yeah, I like that.
I just scrolled through it. I'm just scrolling through the thing and I see that. That's literally hilarious for no reason.
I was thinking I saw something, a t-shirt that you could buy, and it was Captain Crunch that said Washington Commanders. And he was in the like burgundy and gold. And I was like, holy yeah, that looks sick.
They're reaching for straws.
I know. Once Dan Snyder gets out, then I think everything will be better for everybody. But yeah,
you're not wrong.
Well, we'll move on to the jerseys now. The main focal point of this. Which one do you guys want to start with, Jack?
Do you want to start with the worst one or my favorite one?
Let's go by yours. Yes, let's go with the worst one first.
Oh, definitely the black. Don't even get me started on that one. Okay. That one's the worst. Okay, it could be fine, but the problem with it is the logo on the helmet. The logo on the helmet
throwing you off.
That's the worst thing about it. Everything about it is fine, and I'm okay with it. But I also don't really understand why like they went with the Commanders like wording or like text on.
I kind of like that. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I just feel like the Rams are the only team that should do that. I don't know. I just like the Rams that when they did it, like the Rams, I liked what they did, but this jersey just sucks.
That kind of the Commanders like on the patch there kind of reminds me of like medals on a military.
Okay, never mind. That actually kind of makes sense, and I don't mind it, but it's just that W is just really throwing me off, and you really it doesn't. I don't even know if like on the helmet if they have the maroon outline or the burgundy outline on the W, and it doesn't match any of the jersey at all. And the numbers on the side have the burgundy outline. The jerseys have it. Yeah, it doesn't have it, and it doesn't match, and that's why I just don't. The W is just throwing me off. I don't like that jersey at all.
I think I was like debating about it when I was looking at these earlier today, and it's like maybe they should put a circle there, but then it would look like a little like mini target on the front of your dome.
They should just not put anything like most NFL teams don't.
At first, I was like, "Oh, that doesn't look too bad. I kind of like it." Now I'm just like, it's just kind of there. Like it doesn't really serve a purpose or anything.
Normally, you just put a stripe. You don't put a logo
or nothing.
That helmet just looks weird without a stripe. It like even the Steelers helmet doesn't have a stripe on it.
It does.
Yeah. So like, why? Like that's like no, this is bad.
But yeah, getting back to it, like I said, I like the Commander's patch. And I think instead of doing the numbers on the side of the helmet, this is where you put in the maroon, the burgundy circle logo on the side of the helmet, or like make it gold or something like that, but not the numbers. The numbers, it looks like you're playing for like a high school football team when you put numbers on the side of your helmet. Like that.
Yeah.
That should not be NFL.
I wonder if they did it because of like the Washington football team when they had it.
But like that team does not serve like any connection to like the actual history or whatever. So I won't feel the need to keep any of it besides maybe the logo, like the W logo. But I think they kind of dropped the ball here I think they should have done a stealth jersey like the San Jose Sharks have. Like you could have done black numbers outlined in burgundy outlined in yellow. I think that would look pretty sick.
Yeah,
I mean, the yellow outlined in burgundy does not. It's throwing me off because
On
the
which
burgundy's
one?
too deep.
Are you talking about
The black one.
the black one?
Yeah. The yellow outline in burgundy is throwing me off because the burgundy is too deep to be plastered right onto the black. Like there's got to be like a yellow outline or something around it, or a white outline.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't bother me that much. That's like what doesn't really bother me. Also, why do they is there camouflage on the
Yeah,
parts of it?
on the
I
neck,
just realized that.
on the
And
collar, and then the
shoulders.
shoulders.
And
It's
then
just
it's super
kind of
mesh.
there.
There's mesh everywhere on it too. Like most
Yeah,
jerseys don't have that.
it's just
Yeah.
kind of there too. Like you're not gonna notice it from like on TV. It's just gonna like it'll be one of the things like you see on the up close shots. That is like that's all the details gonna be. And when you buy it, if anyone buys this one,
I don't know. Well, people will if they're fans,
people
but
will. Yeah. So, what's your
okay, yeah, the jersey I think is fine, but the helmet just together just throws me off.
Yeah, I do. I have seen like mock-ups of it though, like in full, like in action and stuff like that, like jersey swaps and stuff like that, and it does look kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie. Like when someone's running, it might not look too bad, but otherwise, I don't know.
Yeah, actually, I might have to change it now. I just saw a picture of what's his face, Chase Young with the white one on. It looks horrible.
Yeah, it looks awful.
That no, that
We'll,
that's
we'll
worse.
move into that one. Give me your thoughts.
This one is so much worse. First of all, the helmet doesn't match the numbers
Thank
at
you.
all.
Thank you.
I don't even know what the sides are meant to be. What the heck is this like the shoulders? I'm trying to zoom in on a picture.
That's going to be so weird when someone buys it because most NFL players like they cut it off at the shoulder pads, right?
Wait, am I realizing that this isn't even their colors? This is red, white, and blue. It's not even maroon.
No, that's maroon.
Yeah, but it's
black.
It looks red, white, and blue. But yeah, it looks like red, white, and blue, and I think that might be what they're going for. But then like you have to change the helmet too.
That's definitely black.
Maybe since they'll have alternate helmets next year, maybe they'll have a different helmet for it.
I do applaud them. I don't think they're going to because they already came out with the black helmet. I like that they're already using the 2+ like helmet rule to their advantage by doing a new one. But yeah, like what the hell is this jersey? It goes away from everything that any Washington team has ever built up over time.
Yeah, it just looks dumb. And oh my god, I just got a side angle of it. The shoulder pads look horrible.
Yeah, I don't understand why they went with maroon, then like a weird dotted gradient into a black stripe.
Yeah.
Then back.
I don't know who had the worst jerseys in the NFL before this, but the football team or the Commanders now might have the worst one.
Cardinals probably, I think.
I don't know. These are pretty bad.
But like if someone buys the white jersey, it's gonna look so weird because like on a person that they wear shoulder pads and they cut it off right there, it looks whatever. But if you buy it, it's gonna be full maroon to like here, then maroon to here, and then the white, black, white.
I honestly feel like these jerseys are gonna look so much better on a person than they will
on mannequins.
On like even like I'm talking about like people who buy the jerseys, not even like the players. Like it's gonna look stupid still on the players because of how. Like if I'm gonna buy one of these jerseys, I'm buying the black one because the jersey itself is actually kind of cool. Honestly, like if I were to buy one, I would buy the black one. It's the only reason why I just don't like the whole jersey is because of the helmet. But the jersey itself, I actually like a lot for a black jersey. Most black jerseys, I don't really like that much.
But yeah, stick it. We're going back to the white. I don't get why there's no gold on it at all. Like
I think they were trying to make a play on red, white, and blue with their colors.
I think it
doesn't hit. No, if you quickly glance at it.
Okay. If you quickly glance.
Yeah, but like like if you know what it honestly looks like if you just like look at it quick, it looks like JJ Watt with the 99 in a Texans uniform.
I can honestly see where we're going with that now. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a red, white, and blue jersey. Like the gradient makes it doesn't takes away the maroon factor in it.
The gradient makes no sense.
No, it doesn't.
I feel this jersey could work a whole lot better if they made the stripes and logos on the helmet just black. Or
Yeah.
made the helmet black and everything else white or maroon.
I just don't know if you can really like do anything with this jersey if just how because of how bad it is.
And like they got the same numbers on the jersey, but they didn't match the font somehow. Because all the other ones have lines going up and down that remind you of like military font. But this one, there's no lines in either number, which is kind of throwing me off, and I don't like it.
I think this jersey is supposed to like pay homage to like the old for like jerseys they've had and stuff. I think that's kind of the point.
I don't think old Washington jerseys ever had gradients in them.
No. I'm talking about like the font and everything. The font does not match the other ones.
No.
It looks kind of like their older the jerseys they recently just had. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just a really bad jersey.
Yeah.
It looks horrible. Like whoever designed these, like, dude, I don't know what you were
Then you
thinking.
get fired.
You could have just gone so simplistic. Like, tell me why they didn't use these. Like, tell me why these are not a jersey that they could have used.
Because those are racist.
Well, those are just they wore those
I know.
last year.
I know the throwback jerseys. Those are sick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you could have done that instead, and you could have made the one that's maroon now. You could be the white jersey, and that would look clean.
That would. I think.
And then
I don't know why they flipped it. They should have just gone copy pasted, flip the colors, made it all good.
yeah, they could have just gone with the old style maroon that they had, like that, kind of like that old style where they got the beige pants or whatever.
The deep.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like the deeper one. But I mean, maybe, or they could have just flipped it. Like if they would have flipped those two, it would look so much better. The design with the maroon or the burgundy would have looked so much better with that gradient. I think. I don't know. It just looks stupid in general because
it does.
The thing is I guarantee you that black jersey is going to be their alternate jersey, and then the white one's going to be like their away jersey, and they're going to wear that all the time.
Yeah, and Washington's a team that starts to wear their away jerseys at home too.
Do they?
I think so.
That's gross. That's one thing I hate is when home teams wear their away jerseys.
Yeah,
I just don't like it.
So is the burgundy your favorite now?
Yeah, I mean, I have to say it's probably the cleanest one out of them all. There's not really a flaw in it. I don't think. Like it's pretty clean. All the colors match each other. There's really nothing that goes wrong with it. I would say it's their best jersey for sure.
Yeah, I would say that too. I like it the most. I like the number fonts on this, like the use of lines within it are pretty nice. Something I feel like that's underrated though is the fact that their helmet is matte. It looks awesome with the matte burgundy and then the matte burgundy face masks too. Just drawing it all together. It looks nice. I think the words, the commanders on the chest is way too big. Shrink that down.
I don't think it's that bad. I mean, I think the number is honestly small.
It could, I mean, this numbers already go down to the bottom of his stomach. Like, I wouldn't have minded if you moved it over and did like the black jersey where you put it on the chest, like to the side. Like, I think that would have been fine. And then I guess my biggest gripe with this is I would have flipped the shoulder like stripe and like changed the dimensions. I think that's just my like OCD talking that I want them all to be like the same. So it'd be like a nice big gold stripe in the middle of two smaller white stripes. And then if they did that, change the helmet too to be the same thing. But otherwise, these jerseys look pretty clean. And I mean, can't complain too much about their home burgundy jerseys. Just upset they fumbled the bag that hard.
Yeah.
Got
Is that
anything
gonna
else
be
about
it?
him?
Not really. It's very disappointed, but can't really do much when you're not the design team. So I
Yeah,
really don't have any much else to say besides they did mess up.
us football fans deserve better.
I don't really care. Now, if that was like the Vikings that did that, oh
Oh
my
yeah,
god,
that'd be
I
so
would have,
much worse. But
I would literally die because I would never buy that jersey. I wouldn't even buy. I mean, I guess I'd buy the black one. I said because I think it's the best one without the helmet. But either way, I would not buy that ever.
it would take a lot of convincing to get it.
They would have to have one of my favorite players to like buy that jersey. Like Julio Jones would have to go to the football team or the Commanders to
For
for
you
me
to
to
buy
buy
a
that
jersey.
jersey. Yeah, I think so.
I mean, that's honestly fair. I don't know how many uh Commanders jerseys will be walking around the first year anyways. Like I know Washington, they got a very passionate group of fans out there, but soon they're gonna have to draw the line and say, what are you doing?
Maybe they'll draft like one of the big rookies, and then they'll hit a bunch of sales. I mean, they do have a good receiver and like Terry McLaurin, so they could get a bunch of sales there. But who knows?
But I mean, he's not a big name, I would say. He's
Yeah,
just
no,
kind of there.
yeah, I agree.
But
All
yeah,
right,
that concludes that. Good first week.
yeah, good first week of
Jersey
Jersey
rant.
rant.
Jersey rant.
All right, yeah, let's get into the championship recap there, Brandon.
Yeah. So, you guys know, there was two games this past Sunday. The Bengals and the Chiefs, and the 49ers and the Rams. We'll start with the Bengals and the Chiefs. Another thrilling game. Whoever writes the playoff script is doing an amazing job. Love it. I won't even care if football is all staged as long as I didn't know about it.
Which we all know it's not. That's just a bunch of crap.
Or reverse psychology from Jack there. Ooh. But yeah. Love me some Bengals. Bengals win 27-24 over the nasty Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh my god. I was watching this game, just watching the Chiefs just absolutely obliterate them in the first half. And I was like, well, here we go again. It's like Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl 3 straight years now. I was watching it and with one of my friends, and she goes, oh, I really hope we don't have to watch Patrick Mahomes in between Super Bowl commercials this year. I was like, yeah, I agree, but it's starting to look that way. And then after that, it just kind of like changed. That stopped that like the Bengals looked dead in the water. Like
They did.
they looked like they had no chance. Even that touchdown they scored at the end of the first half, it was like, oh, they Chiefs still get the ball. They are getting the ball, maybe go drive the ball. That stop on the goal line really sent like a surge throughout that team, throughout that stadium. And it really just that changed the whole. If they would have scored that, I don't think the Bengals would have came back in this game at all.
Nope.
That would have been huge. But yeah, no, Joe Burrow is that guy. He led that comeback. Their defense also it was huge. Throughout that second half, like Joe Burrow said, he's like we're a second half team, so he's like I could have seen this happening. Like you give us a chance in the second half, and we're gonna take advantage of it. And honestly, I believe him. They played unbelievable, outscoring them 17-3 in the second half. Just controlling the game throughout that second half. They really didn't give up much or whatever. At the end of the game, it really looked like the Chiefs were going to score a touchdown with like no time left. Bengals are going to be devastated. And then their defense just stepped up. They really, I don't know if you noticed, but they changed their defensive package a little bit.
I did.
They made a spy because they weren't getting too much pressure on Patrick Mahomes, and they made Sam Hubbard a spy, and then I think they brought down one of the safeties too.
I think it was probably Von Bell that loaded the box.
Yeah, they loaded the box, and then they had Sam Hubbard on the spy, and like that was like on that last like the third and goal or whatever. That's why Patrick Mahomes was like running around for like a year in the the
I mean,
backfield
they
just
only
trying to
sent
find
like
someone else.
2 or 3 rushers.
Yeah, they sent 3. But yeah, no, credit to the Bengals.
That was a coverage sack and a half right there.
Yeah, I mean their defensive backs were playing insane at the end of the game. I mean, and then of course you get that coin toss. You see its tails, and Josh Allen's tweeting pain. Everyone's in pain because they're like, "Oh, you think the Chiefs are going to score?" And then,
I love the stat though. It's like no playoff team has won back-to-back overtime games or whatever in the playoffs, and I was like, all right, sick.
Yeah, and then and then I saw something after the game. It's like 13 seconds is too much time for Patrick Mahomes. But 13 seconds is also too much time for him to throw the game away because the pick that actually happened directly at 13 seconds into the overtime. I was like, that's too good.
When that play happened, I forgot it was third down. So I was like, you should just swat that down. But then I was like, once I look back, I was like, oh no, that would have been stupid.
The punt probably would have brought them back even more, but
exactly.
Joe Burrow had to make clutch throws on that last drive, and they ran the ball very well. You see the thing about Joe Mixon maybe not even being down or whatever, and him just dropping the ball.
Yeah, I saw that. Like they went into review, and I was like, oh no, did he really just cost the Bengals the game by doing that?
Did they even review it?
I think
they did. I don't think they did.
Wait,
Andy Reid he took a timeout and asked them to do it.
Yeah, that was that whole debacle, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh wait, that was overtime. Never mind.
Yeah, that was an overtime.
But, I mean, we've seen it happen before because, like, I think it was Plexico Burris on the Steelers.
Yeah,
he thought he was touched and he's like spiked the ball.
Yeah,
turnover.
But yeah, shooter Evan McPherson is a beast. I can't believe that they ran out of jersey sales for him, but
that's awesome,
rightfully so.
Yeah,
it was such a sad. It's sad to say, but it was such a joy to my face seeing every single Chiefs player just stunned. Travis Kelce's face, Mahomes' face, just in awe, in shock of what just happened because they just got destroyed in the second half. But I mean, I was glad to see it. Didn't want to see the Chiefs back in the Super Bowl again. Great to see a team like the Bengals go again. It's just crazy what they're doing with Joe Burrow in his second season.
Yeah, all of our predictions for Dak Prescott comeback player of the year are completely wrong. It's going to be Joe Burrow.
If it's not Joe Burrow, there's still a very good chance that Dak Prescott wins it, I'm pretty sure.
I think there is too, but I feel like it shouldn't be him because I feel like he just had like an.
The only thing is, season. I don't know if playoff stat or playoffs even get put into the consideration for that at all.
I don't think they do, but still, people like Joe Burrow more than Dak Prescott.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I watched, I think, the 3/4 of this game by myself, and then the last quarter with friends. That first touchdown from Mahomes to Tyreek Hill was so infuriating. Him just scrambling around for 20 seconds and then tossing it to the back corner of the end zone. I was like, come on, man. Like, I know Tyreek's that good and Mahomes is that good. It's just you feel like the defense could do a lot better. And like you said, it felt like at halftime it was down and out. I still had hope, but it was, I don't know. It's just one of those things where you hope they can come back, but you don't think they will. But yeah, I think, like you said, that play with 5 seconds left in the first half shifted momentum towards the Bengals because if Tyreek Hill gets in, I'm not even sure the Bengals score 20 points in this game. That's just the way it was going.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And that big stop changed everything. Joe Burrow balled out. Evan McPherson could have won player of the game if they had that such thing for the championship. Yeah, everybody performed up to the occasion. I don't think T. Higgins and Jamar had that many receptions, but they had a good chunk of yards between the two of them.
Pretty sure T. Higgins had almost 8 receptions, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. He had a great game. He was
and they were both getting double teamed very consistently. Having the spy or the safety drop down to watch them.
Yeah, I know.
So,
Oh yeah. Another thing, the refs in that first half were just so bad. Like I thought the Bengals were going to lose that game because of the refs just like absolutely like just not helping them at all. It was
yeah.
horrible. But also, I want to say, suck it, Blake. You doubted.
Oh,
You were saying you were giving us crap for picking the Bengals. Like we didn't believe that they had a chance, and we proved you wrong.
that
That the
belief won
Bengals.
me $90 extra.
Wait, you actually won money now?
Yeah, because
Oh, they made it to the Super Bowl. That was your bet.
that was my bet.
Dang.
First before wild card weekend, when we did our playoff predictions, I texted Pivon right after or whatever, or the day after, and I was like, you know what, let's throw 10 on this. And it happened. And I used it to buy a new Xbox controller because I needed it badly. We'll get that Joe Burrow jersey eventually, though.
Heck
It's gonna
yeah.
happen.
But no, yeah, that suck it, Blake. You doubted us, and we proved you wrong.
Six Flags trips with matching Joe Burrow jerseys.
That'd be funny. But no, yeah, no. It was just a great game. You know, you couldn't ask for much more. Like I said the week before about the divisional, you couldn't ask for much more. It was just a great game. No blowout, like Blake said.
Like most people said. I heard that there was a lot of they got no chance in this.
Was it safe to say that I was right that the Chiefs had a letdown or no?
First half, no. Second half, yes.
Yeah. I mean,
because that first half they were explosive, and the second half it just all went to shit. So
yeah.
Excited to see Joe Burrow in the Super Bowl with those black uniforms. Gonna look nice.
I wish they were wearing the whites.
All of our jerseys look nice. So I don't care.
Same. I agree.
All right. Now we're moving on to the NFC Championship game in the SoFi Stadium. The Rams host the 49ers. What a back and forth game. The Rams win 20-17.
Yeah, I feel like I missed this game for some reason. I did miss like 5 minutes of the first quarter.
It was honestly kind of a boring game. I'm not gonna lie.
It was. I would agree. It was definitely a boring game. It seemed like the Rams had a very good chance of like blowing this game out of proportions early, and then they just gave the 49ers a chance to like come back in this game. I mean, it was kind of just a back and forth defensive battle throughout the game. Cooper Kupp had a great game, obviously, but I'm just gonna like I don't think it wasn't really that much to like go over. Debo did his stuff in the first half a little bit, did his stuff in the second half, and then starting in the fourth quarter, like at the end of the third, when Kittle caught that touchdown, I don't know if you ever seen the stat, Brandon, but the stat of well, I guess he did throw a touchdown pass before. I didn't even realize that Debo was a screen pass, but there's a stat out there, or did you see the stat about Jimmy Garoppolo when he throws a touchdown pass in a playoff game?
No.
He's like 1-3 when he throws a touchdown pass, and when he throws no touchdown passes, he's like 2-0 or 3-0.
Nice.
So when I saw the George Kittle touchdown, they were up 10 at that point. I was like, well, I think they're going to lose now. And then the Rams scored 13 straight. Stafford played pretty well, honestly. The one interception really was just a tight window throw.
Should have been
he tried to force it.
Should have been two. The game would have been pretty much over.
That game, they would have lost. They would have lost if he would have caught that. If Jaquiski Tart would have caught that pass, that was horrible. He has no excuse for that one. It's just like I don't know how you drop that. That's why you play defense, I guess.
Exactly.
Because you catch the ball. But that was just a heartbreaker for him.
As a good friend, Charles Davis would say it on Madden. That's why you play defense, because you don't get as good hands as receivers.
Exactly. Yeah, no, he really fumbled the bag there. But, I mean, the Rams still would have had a chance because I think they were only up 3 at that point. And
it was like with 9 minutes left.
Yeah, I mean, you really can't blame it on him, but it would have been a big turning point in the game.
If they would have got a touchdown, it would have been over, I think.
Yeah, no, agree. Credit to Stafford proving everyone wrong that he is not that good of a quarterback, and he made it to the Super Bowl. He played lights out this whole playoffs. And
all the Lions' woes aren't on him.
No, exactly. They're not. Like, he played lights out in these playoffs, and he brought his team to the Super Bowl. even though that defense played pretty well, he played lights out this postseason. Didn't really make much mistakes, but
Nope.
Stafford played really well, and he deserves to be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, credit to him. I mean, this is one of the few Super Bowls that you don't really care who wins. Like, I would want the Bengals to win. I'm not gonna lie, but like, you're not gonna be like pissed that like the Rams win if the Bengals lose. Like, Stafford deserves a ring. I mean, Aaron Donald deserves a ring. It's just gotta happen at some point.
OBJ deserves a ring.
A little bit less, but yeah. I mean, I don't got much to add. Like I said, pretty boring game by this playoff standards. Like, I think this is one of the best years of playoff football ever.
I mean, it was still a close game. It's not like it was like a horrible, boring game, like a blowout. Like, that's the only thing.
It just seems super low scoring.
Yeah, I mean, it still was.
Like, all the stuff happened in the first score wasn't until 8:46 in the second quarter. The Cooper Kupp touchdown.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's just kind of what made it slow paced.
Yeah, I agree. I love the memes that came out of it, like the Super Bowl matchup with the Browns fans wake up after week 9 after a coma. Oh, there's OBJ and Ohio teams in the Super Bowl. Oh, the Browns are going to win it. And that's funny too. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to this Super Bowl a lot. It's going to be good. Like Brandon said, don't really care who wins. I mean, like I want to get a Joe Burrow jersey, but I also I want Stafford to win a lot because I mean Joe Burrow deserves this, but Stafford has gone through a lot in his career, and I feel like this is like if he wins the Super Bowl, I feel like he's got to be a Hall of Famer. I don't know why he wouldn't be.
It's also unbelievable that for the first 54 years of the Super Bowl, no team has ever hosted it and played in it.
Yeah,
and now 2 years
crazy.
Straight, a team has hosted and played in it.
And they hosted the NFC title game. That's never been done either.
Oh, has it?
That's never even like that's never even been done before. Like no one's actually maybe it has. Maybe I'm saying that wrong, but no team has won the NFC been the host and won for sure. I know that obviously because the Bucs didn't host last year, but that's crazy that the host team has made it 2 years in a row. Maybe that's going to be the thing. People should just like bet on the host team to make it to the Super Bowl because it's happened 2 years in a row, and like most of the time, good teams are ones that host it too. So I don't know who hosts it next year, but I think I don't actually.
Vegas?
Is it Vegas? I don't know.
I'll look it up in a moment.
All right. Are you looking up the stat that I just said or the thing about hosting the championship?
Yeah.
I think it might just be the first team that's ever hosted the championship and won, and that hosts the Super Bowl. The first like Super Bowl winner to ever host a title game and win it. I think is what it is.
Okay. What else was I looking up?
Where the Super Bowl is next year.
The 2023 Super Bowl. Oh, it's State Farm Stadium. So Glendale.
That's right. It's in Arizona next year. I don't know why I never understand why they do it there. That is such a shit stadium.
Because it's a nice destination.
It's warm. Yeah, that stadium sucks. There's nothing cool about it. The only thing that's cool is that they reel out the grass and they grow it outside.
I mean, if my Madden recall serves me well, it's only like 17 years old. So it's not that old.
It's not old, but it still sucks. It's not even a cool stadium.
So I think maybe 10 years they'll get a new stadium.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think that's the only reason why they host this because it's warm. And I mean, I understand that. Like the Vikings have a really cool stadium, but that we might never host a Super Bowl again because of how cold it gets here. Like we bid for the Super Bowl, but I've heard reports saying that we might never host one again because of how cold it gets.
Yeah, which honestly, I feel if we get
it's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate.
I think each time we get a new stadium,
years.
well, yeah, I know, but each time we do, I think we'll host. like a couple of years down the line.
I feel like
it's
that's
built.
I feel like that's most teams. I know
Yeah.
one place they'll never host Super Bowl is Lambeau Field though.
Yeah,
which is sick.
because Green Bay is way too small.
And
If it
it's
was
too cold.
Milwaukee, I bet they would be there.
Well, and it's cold and it's outdoor. Like they'll never host a Super Bowl in an outdoor stadium where it's cold. Well, I guess
MetLife.
Yeah, they did host one recently, but they probably will never host one there again either.
Yeah, because MetLife's awful.
Yeah, and it's open stadium. They want ideal conditions for the Super Bowl. They don't want bad weather. Because could you imagine? Imagine if they had like the Bills and Patriots game for the Super Bowl.
Honestly,
that'd be horrible.
Honestly, would you be opposed to having a neutral site for the Super Bowl? Like you have one stadium that's built specifically for the Super Bowl.
Yes, that'd be cool. Like have every NFL team pour in a certain amount of money to it and make it the best stadium in the league, and that's where you play every year.
Yes, I feel like sick. You could put it like somewhere down south.
Put it somewhere where there's not an NFL team. Put it in like Oklahoma
or throw it in Orlando.
That's actually a good idea. But there's already a stadium there, I guess.
Well, yeah, Camping World, but I mean, it's all right. The problem is it's in the middle of a very bad neighborhood. Like things are boarded up and everything. So you'd need to move it like just outside of Orlando if you wanted to do it there.
Yeah, I don't know. That would be cool. But do you want to talk about the Super Bowl or like give a prediction at all or not?
I mean, we can, because I guess we don't need to record next week early.
No.
Because there's not too much. Let's do it.
All right.
First off, prop bets, heads or tails. What's it going to be?
Oh, God. Tails never fails. I always got to go with tails.
I'm going to go heads because so far it's been every other, I think. So we're going to go heads on this one.
What Gatorade color are you thinking?
So it's the Bengals and the Rams. I think it's going to be lemon lime for the Rams. I think for the Bengals,
it's got to be orange. It has to be orange.
I feel that's what I'm leaning towards, but I'm also feeling blue for some reason.
I think the blue and orange are going to be the highest odds for sure.
I think so, yeah.
I'm at the lowest odds, because they're both the team related.
The most likely, yeah.
Yeah. I can't really think of any other. Oh, isn't there another prop bet for how long the national anthem goes and stuff like that?
I have not seen that one.
Yeah, that's one too. Or like the halftime show. There's prop bets for everything.
Oh, halftime show looks like it's gonna be epic this year.
I think it's gonna be bad for how much they're hyping it up. I think it's gonna be very bad.
They are hyping it up a lot, but I think it's gonna be. It's definitely gonna be better than Travis Scott and Adam Levine.
Yeah, I agree. That one was pretty bad.
I mean, but the NFL's been on a weird streak so far.
I just think it's going to be. I think it's getting thrown so out of proportion.
Yeah,
and that's going to just hit. It's not going to hit the way they want it to. I just don't think it's going to be as good. The problem is it doesn't appeal to me either because I don't know any of the people that's singing it. I know the people, but I don't listen to the music at all.
True.
But, that's not the point. That's not. I'm just saying. I think it's getting overhyped. Is the problem.
Forgot what I was gonna say. Shoot. I can't think. Say something.
Have you seen that some commercials on TV are like previews of the commercials in the Super Bowl?
Are they all like the trailer leading up to it?
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Do you remember what you're gonna say now?
Yes. What was the last great Super Bowl halftime show? Because the one I'm thinking of, like, I don't really remember too many. I'm kind of thinking it was just like Bruno Mars.
When was that?
Like 2014, 2015.
I thought the Justin Timberlake performance was pretty good.
I've heard that one wasn't that good. It was all right.
Wait, who was last year? I don't even remember last year.
Oh, The Weeknd.
Oh, yeah, I did not like that performance.
It was all right. He threw me off with the blinding light stuff because I definitely thought when he went into the light tunnel, it was going to be blinding lights, but it wasn't. It was all right. J-Lo and Shakira.
That was a classic.
Got too many people in trouble. But yeah, it was I don't know. I still don't think it was spectacular.
Was that the one the Chiefs won or whatever?
Yeah,
Yeah, that one I like that one a
the
lot.
most boring Super Bowl part. Wait, no, that was the. Yeah, no, that was the most boring Super Bowl party of all time.
What do you mean?
Me, you, and like Cameron or whatever hanging out at Blake's house.
Oh,
With
that one
all-
sucked. I got off of work very early for that. I had to work that day. I got off work so early just to go to that, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
I know. The year before was awesome. I forgot who played then.
I think I was cheering for the Chiefs that year too. Now I wouldn't be.
Yeah, past
But-
10 Super Bowl halftime performers. Let's see. Or see. So it's Maroon 5 in 2019, Big Boy and Travis Scott.
Wait, Maroon 5. Oh, that was
Yeah.
with that was
Adam
with Travis
Levine.
Scott.
Yeah.
Oh,
They screw them for not doing SpongeBob. You gotta be kidding me.
okay, come on.
I mean, you had it all set up, and then you moved from the freaking Bubble Bowl with like Sweet Victory playing to Travis Scott coming in for Astro World.
That's fire. Okay, that was
No, it was
fire.
not.
That was sick. That was the best part of that performance.
I was expecting SpongeBob to pop out of that fireball.
No,
Yeah.
that was by far my favorite thing in that performance. Was the
You sure it
thing with
wasn't
SpongeBob.
Adam Levine ripping his shirt off?
No, that was not my favorite.
Let's see.
That was 3 years ago. So then the Shakira one was 2 years ago. Yeah, that one did get a lot of people in trouble.
And
I
then
remember that. That was all over TikTok, I'm pretty sure.
so you had Lady Gaga 2017.
Oh, I did not like that performance.
I don't
at
even
all.
remember it.
Neither do I.
Timberlake 2018.
Yeah.
Coldplay, Beyonce, Bruno. Like that sounds like a good
Super Bowl
line.
51. I did not like that one.
I
That was
honestly
that
don't
one.
remember.
I didn't watch that game very much. I'm going to be honest. That was a boring Super Bowl too. I didn't watch it at all. I was like doing other stuff. I wasn't even really watching that game.
That was the
Broncos and the
no.
Panthers. The Bruno Mars and the Coldplay. Yes, it was.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So 2017 was the Patriots Falcons. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we've gone on a little bit too much of a tirade here about people.
Yeah. No.
Let's give our score predictions real quick.
I'm trying to think. Okay.
I'm going Bengals 24 to the Rams 21.
I really don't. I think the defenses are pretty much even. Offense is pretty much even. I don't know. I don't think there's really much that separates them. The only reason I think the Bengals are going to win is because Joe Burrow has been here before. He has that national title under his belt. He's been in pressure situations. Matthew Stafford, he's going to have so much pressure on him. I don't feel like Joe Burrow is going to have that much pressure on him at all because it's only his second year. Matthew Stafford has so much to prove. Burrow doesn't have anything to prove. So I think the Bengals win 28-24. And I think Joe Burrow wins Super Bowl MVP.
Oh, I guess I'll give my MVP too. It takes usually a lot for a defensive person to win MVP. So, because I mean, last defensive MVP was that last year?
Who won it?
Didn't Shaq Barrett win it last year?
No, I thought Brady won it.
He might. I don't remember.
Wait, I think the last one was it not Malcolm Smith in the Seahawks Super Bowl?
What about? No, I think it was Von Miller.
Oh, Von Miller. Yeah, that's that's it. Never mind.
So I don't think it's gonna be a defensive person. I could honestly see it being Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
If he tears up that front, I think it'll be Joe Mixon.
If the Rams win, I think Aaron Donald wins it because that offensive line is so bad.
I think I wouldn't be surprised if it's any one of the rushers, Aaron Donald or Leonard Floyd.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely cheering for the Rams though, just because I want Stafford to win because I think he deserves it. But I just I don't know. I don't really care who wins. That's the only thing. This is like one Super Bowl where I don't care. Most Super Bowls I pick a team and I ride with them. But
It's
this Super Bowl, it's
honestly,
weird.
it's
It's
honestly a
weird.
beautiful thing that
It
we
is.
don't care who wins.
Because the thing is most time you have like a really good team in the Super Bowl, and then you have maybe a team that's like not necessarily the best team in the Super Bowl, and then you have to pick between those two, between one of them. Most time you're going to pick the underdog or something, or a team that you
Yep.
kind of have alliance to or something. But like this one, it's just like I don't really care, and it's just weird. Because like last year, I didn't want the Chiefs to win back to back. I don't like back to back champions, and like yeah,
Yeah. So let's see, 20, 27, 24, I said, and you said 28, 24.
yeah,
Wait, no, I said 24, 21. That's right. 24, 21, and 27 to 24, all by the Bengals, right?
yeah.
Okay.
I feel like we should also talk about one more thing, Brandon.
What?
The goat himself.
We could, or we could dedicate his own episode to him or something.
That's a lot. I don't know. That's a whole episode of the goat himself. We
I mean,
could. That'd be kind of fun, honestly.
I mean, there's nothing we can really say that hasn't been said.
So then we just say it now.
I mean, I think we just say thank you, Tom Brady. It's sad without you in the
Yeah.
football, even though it's only been 1 week since the initial reports were leaked, about a week.
Yeah. I was hoping that he would not have retired because then it would
I
have
was
made all
hoping
these
so too.
people not because I didn't want him to. I wanted him to keep playing,
I did,
but
yeah.
I wanted him to just make all these journalists look freaking stupid for reporting it when he didn't even come out and say he's retired.
Just so that you could never trust Schefter again.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's just it was really sad, honestly. Like
I couldn't believe it when I saw it because
I literally when he said he wasn't fully retired yet, I didn't believe it. I literally didn't believe he's going to retire, and like it was still hard to believe, even though people were saying that he's going to and that he was leaning to. I just couldn't believe it because like before, like you've heard the rumors before that he's close to retiring, blah blah blah, and like he never did.
I
But like
mean,
this year was like different. I don't know.
he said he was going to play till 45, and I'm a little disappointed that he didn't.
Yeah,
Give it another shot to get one more Lombardi and call it a day.
I just feel like there was too much outside factors of football that were like weighing on him.
Yeah, that's what comes with the territory of football. You got your wife and your kids that you have to also think about. You can't just play forever. And
I don't think it was a health problem because
he was fine.
No, he was fine, but I don't know. I thought he was playing his best football. I just didn't see this coming. I mean, way to go out on top instead of like regressing and then like just going out like that. Like he came out on top, almost won MVP this year. Probably won't. Still will lose it to Aaron Rodgers, but he went out the way he wanted to. He wasn't going to go out the way someone else. Like he was not going to let that happen. He wanted to go out the way he wanted to, and he felt like it was right.
It's just unfortunate they couldn't make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And like the crazy thing is there was no signs to him. Like, I mean, you heard it in the game. Al Michaels and Chris Collins were talking about the like quotes he was saying, but he never made any gestures in the game or like after the game. He just walked off the field. He didn't do the Drew Brees where he looked back from the tunnel. Like he just went back in the tunnel, went in the locker room. And it was just like, you're like, oh, I can't wait to see Tom Brady next year. Can't wait to see the Bucs again. But it's going to create chaos in the league now. But it's just really sad. Yeah, no, it is. It's just really sad for the game of football because as much as some people hate him, he was great for the game of football, like a true underdog, and he played the game right. And I don't know. I don't think there will never be another Tom Brady. He's one of a kind. And yeah, I don't know.
How do you feel about your childhood coming to an end? We're pretty close to an end.
Well, if Aaron Rodgers is the last of it, I'm going to be so happy when it ends because
I mean,
yeah, no,
it's just all sports. Everything is just feels so old right now.
Yeah, I know. It just sucks. It's hard to believe that the GOAT. Like the thing is like in all of baseball, like or like all of other sports, I never watched the GOAT of any sport retire. And like now I'm watching the GOAT
It's
of
true.
football, my favorite sport, retire in front of me. Like, and I can't believe it. Like
Because I mean,
I
we
know
weren't alive for Gretzky. I mean, we
we
didn't pay attention to basketball in like '05.
and
Babe
there's
Ruth
not really
is long gone.
who.
Babe Ruth
Yeah, and there's like no like undisputed GOAT in like
in
football or no, not football in
baseball.
baseball.
Yeah,
Like
Mike
hockey,
Trout's
it's
making his way up.
Gretzky, and then you got basketball. I would say is Jordan still, and we didn't get to we were babies like, but like we truly got to experience Tom Brady, and seeing him go is just truly sad. Like I'm not like a fan of him. It's just like he just did so much for the game of football. It's I mean it's sad. It's almost like when Kobe passed away. It's not to that magnitude, but it's just a sad day for sports to see just one of the greatest athletes in professional sports just leave the game.
Yeah,
But
and then we'll have to do it all again in like 3 or 4 years when LeBron retires.
yeah, I won't care that much.
Okay.
I don't like LeBron. He's a
All right.
crybaby. But you know, we'll miss you, Tom. Miss you a
We
lot.
will.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us here at Certified Beef. We'll see you in the next one. Peace. Have a great retirement, Tom. Hope you enjoy it.
I'm sure he'll get that.